Alright guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to corner on a motorcycle. So this is one of the most fun parts about riding, but it's also one of the most dangerous parts about riding. So I'm going to teach you what to do and what not to do. And this video is designed for beginners. But if you are a little more advanced, I'm going to kind of brush over some advanced techniques towards the end of the video. So let's go ahead and hop on the bike now. The first thing about cornering that you need to know is lane positioning, guys. So basically you just want to come on the outside, cut to the inside, and then accelerate and go back outside. So I'm on the outside over here, cut to the inside, come back out to the outside. There's a few reasons for that. When you guys are on the outside, you're gonna have more visibility versus if you're on the inside. So like right here, if I'm on the inside, I can't see this turn as much, but if I'm on the outside, I have more visibility, right? Another reason why you guys want to do that is because a lot of people wreck their bikes because they end up going too wide. But if you cut to the inside, you're going to have that room because you're on the inside. If you were on the outside the entire time and you go wide, like right away, you're going to go right off the road. Now, like if there's oncoming traffic, guys, like I don't need to be all the way over here. I kind of just need to give myself a little bit of room like this, and so I can cut to the inside and then come back on the outside, basically. The tighter the turn, the further out you're going to want to be. But like you could be in the middle of the lane and be on the outside. You just need to give yourself some space to make that cut to the inside, pretty much. The biggest tip I would give you is make sure that you are going a safe speed. So yeah, lane positioning is pretty important. When you want to turn on a motorcycle, see how I'm kind of turning like this? You don't turn your handlebars. Like when I try and turn my handlebars, it's all like unstable. So you want to take your hand and you want to in the direction that you're going. So if I want to go left, I push to the left. If I want to go right, I push to the right. Left, right. And what I advise you guys do, go in your driveway and just sit on your bike and kind of just push your bike each way and get used to doing that. So like right here, I want to go right, just push to the right, just like that. Another tip I could give you guys is when you're cornering, it's pretty easy to look down. You never want to look down. You want to look ahead. Make sure that you're scanning the road ahead of you, guys. You don't want to be looking down going in the corner, because then you can't see what's in front of you at that point. Wherever your head goes is kind of where the motorcycle goes. So like when I go left, I'm looking left. When I go right, I'm looking right. Another tip I could give you too, when you guys are in a turn, make sure you do not accelerate while you're leaned over. A good way to explain this would be, as you come out of your lean and you're in the apex of the turn, then roll on the throttle. So basically don't roll on the throttle while you're leaned over, because if you do that, it's going to cause you to go wide. Alright, so guys, that's counter steering. Practice that in your driveway. Just push left, right, right. That's something you really have to know when you're cornering. But it's pretty natural. When you get on a bike, you'll kind of see what I mean, especially on like a bike like this. It almost feels weird not to do it, to be honest. Like you just kind of just do it. I'm going to tell you guys how to brake into a corner, guys. You basically want to have your braking done before you go into a corner. That's going to help you go a safe speed so you don't go too wide, because if you're going too fast, that's how you go too wide. I like to apply a downshift personally. I know some people are going to be like, well, the physics say to this and that. Anywhere you get information about a bike like this, it's going to be designed for you to go the fastest you possibly can. For me, I'm just riding on the public road, so I don't like necessarily care about going the fastest I possibly can. I know the physics are going to say something else, you know. Well, the physics say to trail brake and this and that. Best tip I could give you is make sure your braking is done before you go into a turn. And yes, I'm going to talk about trail braking here in a second. You want to be going slower rather than faster into a corner. You kind of want to go slower and then go faster as you come out of the corner, versus you're going too fast, you end up going too wide because of it, or you freak out and grab the brakes and now you crash. Pay attention to these signs too, guys. The reason why the signs are there is because that's a safe speed to go around that turn, and it kind of lets you know, hey, this is coming up. Pay attention to the signs too, especially if you don't know where you're at. Right up here, look at this. So I get my speed right? I'm leaning over just like this. accelerate out of it. Another reason why you guys want to go into a corner cautiously, meaning like not way too fast. If you do need to slow down for some reason, well, you're not going way too fast and you're going to be able to adjust your speed pretty quickly. If you're going way too fast, now you can't stop. Now you're just done, you know? Especially if you're going through turns that you can't really see what's coming up. So I get my speed right before I go into the turn. I'm going a safe speed. I'm leaned over like this, just kind of, and then accelerate out of it, just like that. You want to try avoid using your brakes as a beginner. Keyword is beginner. While you're in a corner, make sure you avoid using your brake at first. And the reason for that is if you're not used to how sensitive your brakes are, and as a beginner, it just takes time to get used to them, you're probably going to apply too much pressure and that's going to cause you to wreck. Even though you can trail your front brake, which I'm going to talk about here later, but that's more of an advanced technique. I advise that you guys make sure that you're just going a safe speed and ride within your limits and just, you know, apply a downshift and make sure your braking's done before you go in that turn and you'll be fine. I made a video and said, hey, don't grab the brakes. As soon as you squeeze the brake when you're leaned over like this, you're going down. What I meant is don't like slam the brakes. If something happens where you do need to stop on a dime, basically what you'd want to do is try and straighten up the bike and then apply both brakes and come to a complete stop. Instead of you leaned over and slamming the front brake, because you're not going to have full traction and you're going to go down. That's different than trail braking. And if you guys are going into a turn like a turn like I just went into, you can use your back brake too. You don't want to use your back brake when you're going like fast, but if you're going like a slower speed, you guys can use your back brake too. Basically what trail braking is, it's basically designed for you to go through the corner faster. Because you're going a little bit faster, you're more likely to go wide, but if you hover over the brakes, it kind of prevents that. If you're a beginner, there's a lot of other stuff you need to learn before you start doing that. And the reason why I say that is because if I tell beginners anything with the front brake and cornering, I guarantee you we're going to have more accidents out here. Really what it's designed for is when you're leaned over, you're going a little bit faster. If you trail the brake a little bit, it's going to prevent you from going wide. You know when you click your brake and you click it just enough to where it clicks, makes that click, that's about the amount of pressure you want to give it. It's basically designed for you to go through the corner faster. But if you're on the public road, it's not, you know, you're not really trying to get the best lap time. There's not really a winner and a loser out here. If you go a safe speed and you're not trying to get the maximum amount of speed around a corner, you don't even need a trail brake. If you just have your braking done before the turn, you should be fine. Some people claim, hey, you want to do it on the public road. Now, I'm not saying don't trail brake, but what I'm saying is it's an advanced technique that you typically do on the track. I'm not saying you can't do it out here, but as a beginner, you don't really need to do that. If you're a new rider, there's other things you want to learn first. What I recommend is practice the lane positioning, practice the counter steering, and just make sure your speed is right, because then you really won't even have to trail brake. You can also apply a downshift to help you slow down. I know some people are going to be like, but the physics say. Some of the stuff I tell you is not designed for the best lap time. It's just designed to get you home. When you're on a motorcycle, you want to develop good habits. That way, when things happen, you just react. When I go around a turn, I'm not thinking, well, I'm not thinking to myself, well, section 3, article 4 says that. No, you're not thinking any of that. You're just kind of reacting. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. If you guys want to subscribe, click this button right here. If you guys want to watch another video, click this over here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.